version is way from creation.
So vegan word, sound is power, let me tell you say a word. Sound is power, let me tell you say a word. Make a move and don't say a word. Have you heard? Well listen this word. Sound is power, let me tell you say a word. Sound and power, let me tell you say a word. You have the power now you heard. Make a move and don't say a word. Have you heard?
Greetings family, we're here with WordSoundisPower once again. Again, we have three things that we always ask you to do is to subscribe, push that like button, and also push that notification button. And share this with some people so we can make our family bigger and better here in the diaspora. I'm here with some new friends, and I want you to introduce yourself. Tell them a little bit about yourself and the fact that we're here.
My name is Benami. I'm like the son of a farmer. And I work on the some culture some factory where like I work on some maintenance of the machines and stuff like that and keeping it upkeep.
This is one of the young workers here. Her name is Felicia. She basically just speaks Tree and Ewe, but she's one of the up and coming cooks, chefs here in our factory.
And this is one of my brothers. He's in charge of the facility. Introduce yourself to our audience, please.
Okay, my name is Heikam Liel Ben Israel Akohen. I'm an advisor here at the factory. Taste of Life is what it's called in English. And we are producers of many different types of soybean and wheat, flour, gluten products.
I want to bring to my viewers the fact that as vegans, because I'm a vegan, I've been a vegan for a while. This is my 42nd year, and I know some of the brothers in here, like this brother has been a vegan for a long time. Just tell people how long have you been a vegan, my brother?
Oh, I've been a vegan about 45 years.
45 years, okay. So it's been a while.
Yeah.
So what I want to prove to you, brothers and sisters, is we're not starving here in Africa. And us vegans, we do have somewhere to turn to for our nutritional needs. And we're so grateful for the brother and the factory that they can bring us some nutritious, delicious meals to keep us going in this Mahoghany. So what we want to do is we want to give a little tour of the factory, our family. We want to just tell you about some of the products they make, and we're just going to go on down the line and show you their beautiful facility here in Tema. I'm very proud of the brothers and sisters, and again, we have food to eat, vegans and non-vegans, because guess what? What we eat matters. Yeah, it's not what the words that go in your mouth, it's the food that you put in your mouth as well. Not just the words, but the food is important. Be conscious, be conscious, be conscious. Tell us about some of the equipment that you have and what's some of the uses of it, because I see a lot of industrial equipment here, and I'm sure the people want to know what is it used for in the production of your product.
First, just give a little background of the factory. You know, basically, I was living in Israel, but I've been here on and off for the last 7 years. But in Israel, part of our community, the African Hebrews of Jerusalem in Israel, we have a factory there also. And I had traveled to Japan to learn about tofu production and tofu machinery. We were able to bring machines to Israel, and we started our factory in Israel, and it boomed. And as you can see today, veganism has changed in Israel because of our works in the factory, our products, publicity and stuff to the Israeli community. So we had the idea to bring that same thought here.
That makes sense, brother.
So that our people, our African Edenic brothers and sisters could eat better and know how to navigate, this whole food industry thing.
That's right.
So we came down with our redemptive business here, not just to make money, but of course you need money to survive, but mainly to help teach our people about business and also about producing vegan foods here on the continent. So we started in like 2002 or so, here in Tema. But during that time, veganism people weren't knowledgeable of it, and it just beginning, it was a process. Then we kind of moved from that location in another part of Tema So over here in like 2010, we started adding more equipment, and by 2013 or so, we was fully running.
That's it. Okay.
Right. And since that time, we've had a tremendous effect in the Ghana region, or the Accra Tema region, as far as veganism. And you'll see now many vegan restaurants all throughout Ghana.
That's right.
So the impact is starting to take place. So we've come here, we brought this machine here, which is a tofu milk producing machine. This is like the basis of the whole soy production. And what it does is you take, we're getting our soybeans from the northern part of Ghana.
Okay.
They're organic.
That's what I was going to ask you next. Okay, they're organic.
So, right. So we have that, and we're putting them in this machine. They soak for a certain amount of time. Then they come through this grinding unit, which grinds it with the purified water.
Okay.
Then you have what is called like a slurry. Then it goes through from there through this machine, which is like, it separates the shaft.
Okay.
Or what you would call in Japanese the okara, which is the pulp. Right.
Okay.
The pulp comes out into a bag.
Okay.
And then you have the fresh soy milk, which is then cooked and comes out hot soy milk. So once you have the hot soy milk, then you can produce the soy drinks, the soy milk, you can produce the soy ice cream, and from the okara and the tofu, which is one of the main products that we're dealing with the soy milk, and then the okara, you can also use that for different products.
Okay.
So
nothing is being wasted.
Nothing is being wasted. So
that's what I like.
And even after you finish with that, you can take the rest of the okara pulp, you can give it to those that have chickens or animals.
As a feed.
As a feed or as fertilizer. So it's all being used.
So that's my zero waste policy.
Right.
And I like it. So brother, I remember, growing up I'm a Hebrew Israelite by faith, of course. And I remember growing up in the Hebrew Israelite house and making our own soy milk. The sisters having to go through the whole process. So this is a lot easier. I do thank you, because we used to have to really struggle hard to feed the nation with soy milk when nobody else was drinking soy milk. So I want to say to you brothers, definitely pioneer of the Hebrew Israelite brothers and sisters. I am grateful to you guys, and I will always be grateful no matter where I am in the world, because I couldn't make oatmeal when I arrived, and now I'm a top chef because I'm 40 years strong, and I give thanks. Yes.
Yeah, even when you were saying that, because when we was in Israel, we first started making it, we was cooking soy milk in a big pot, and then we would run it out, and the sisters would have to put it in the muslin cloth and stuff, and squeeze it with bottles.
That's it. Cheesecloth.
Cheesecloth.
Oh yeah.
And rubbing bottles open. So when we got the machine in Israel, it was like, wow.
I thank you. Hallelujah. All right.
So this is the main product. Once you get the hot soy milk, then we put it in these big pots here, and we use natural salt to coagulate. Then the next to it here is where it's pressed. There are boxes here, and you put the cheesecloth, the muslin cloth inside. You put the curds in it, because once you put the salt in it, it causes a separation. Then you press it. After it's pressed, it's cut, it's cooled down, and then it's packaged. Here, we have our refrigeration units, and stoves, and the grill, and inside. Like I said, this is where we vacuum seal the tofu.
Okay, so it is vacuum sealed.
Yes, it's vacuum sealed. Shelf life is about 30 days. So our products now are being sold in many of the different restaurants, also some of the major international supermarkets like Maxmart. We've sold also in Kuala.
Okay.
And we're trying to get in a few other places. These products are basically to get those that have been meat eaters
for a long time
to be able to transition to begin to have certain things that tasted like the meat they were eating,
Yes.
so they can get used to
Right.
veganism, used
Yes.
to this vegetarian stuff.
That's it.
And then, as they go, they will grow. Their mind, their consciousness will elevate, and they will begin to eat all different types of things also.
All right.
So with these, you're going to have it with your veggies and stuff, but sorry we don't have the tofu today, but this is like seitan chunks. Now this is from the wheat,
Okay.
the
Like
wheat flour.
wheat gluten.
Yeah.
Yes.
Now this is chunks that they're already cooked and prepared. All you have to do is warm it up.
Okay.
And the chunks are mainly the same as the kabobs.
Okay.
But they're in this way, you have the kebab where you can just eat it from a
Yes.
stick,
Uh-huh.
or you have the chunks where you can put it in different foods.
Oh, yeah, I
or
can see a
sauces.
stir fry.
Yeah, you can
Very
do a
nice.
stir fry with it. You can put it in a sauce that you have some rice with it, or some noodles, or
Yes.
something like that.
Very versatile.
Yeah.
Very versatile.
Here we have the battered tofu.
My favorite.
And again, this is already prepared, so all you have to do is warm it up. So then we're producing now 3 types of burgers.
Okay.
We're doing the wheat burger
Okay.
from the wheat flour. We're doing rice and bean burgers.
Oh, I like that one.
Okay.
Yes.
So you have the rice, and we're using the cowpeas as the bean.
Full of protein.
Okay. And then we have the okara. Remember I was saying.
Oh,
you get
yes. Yes, I had that already.
From the soy. We have the okara burgers. We have tofu kebabs, and we also have the wheat kebabs.
And it has like a light batter of a seasoning or something?
Yeah, just a little seasoning.
Uh-huh.
Usually they mix it with the kebab spice. Kebab spice here is like the ground nuts, grind it up, and then you put certain seasonings in it.
Okay.
And then it's just like put around it as you cook it.
I'm hungry.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. And what do we have here, man?
And what we have here is, now you'll see this up at our trailer, at the food trailer. We're doing veggie pies
Okay.
and coconut rolls.
Okay.
So we do these, we do for catering events and stuff
Okay.
like that. Right now, we're not selling it in the stores, but it can be ordered.
I love it.
Yeah.
Well, in Jamaica, for all my Jamaican audience, it's like Jamaican patty. Yeah?
Yes.
Yes, family. You can see that there's a host of good food here in Ghana, that the brothers and sisters are really working diligently to make sure that we feed God's people, Yah's people, good, nutritious, delicious food, because that's what it's all about at the end of the day. We're here about life, sustaining life, and eating live food. Like the brother said earlier, these are transition foods. When he says transition, meaning that as we grow and elevate, we may not need all of these things along the road, or we just may want to eat it sparingly. The reality is, it's food for life, it's good for us, and no matter how we do any food, we always consider keyword moderation. Being a dietitian, that's my word, that's what I tell my patients, that's what it's all about, in moderation.
We have not reached the full capacity of the equipment that we have. We're praying in the next few years we'll be more able to support and send foods out throughout Ghana, not just in the Accra area, but to northern areas and to the Volta region, and also as a hub for all of West Africa.
Yes.
And as more of our people come to the continent and live in these different countries, we can connect, network, and we can bring all of these products to all of our people everywhere, wherever they might be.
This factory, brothers and sisters, is state of the art, and our people trying to develop ways and means to be self-supportive here in Africa and to be entrepreneurs.
People need to really understand that, not just from the standpoint of what you're eating, but the food you're eating has to be nutritious for you. And the more we find out that meat and fish and chicken, those things, especially in this day and time, they have been so put with so much chemicals and hormones and all types of things in them that they're not fit to eat. And when you really look at the vegan diet and the foods that we produce and meats themselves, you'll find out that meats, they don't have taste. Raw meat, just bite your arm, see if it really has a taste. Most meats that we know of, the taste comes from the spices, the herbs that we add during cooking. Sausage is sage and other herbs that you add while you're cooking.
And pimento and all these other great spices.
Right, but it's spices that giving it that flavor that you really enjoy. But the texture, you can duplicate that with tofu and the wheat flour.
Absolutely. And it's been done for the last 40 years or 50 years by brothers and sisters who have proven that this way of life actually works. We raise children and grandchildren, and they're strong and they're mighty.
Ghanaian, he's another example, born and raised as a vegan.
So I'm kind of proud of you, my people. We're not telling you where to eat or how to eat, but what we're saying to you is there's an option. There's always an option. And we should, try to eat better because food is life. And without food and adequate nutrition, there's no sense to life. Medications, radiation, chemotherapy, all those things can be avoided if we choose to eat better. So we want to thank the brothers and sisters who actually came and made the factory available to us. We want to say Toda Rabbi in Hebrew. We definitely want to say one love. We want to say to our family out there, always, no matter where you come from, as long as you're a black man, you're an African. I'm an African. You're an African. We are Africans.
Repatriation, royal nation. You are the key to your liberation. So put it in your meditation.